16th. Start here, the pineapple mint was starting to go to seed, so I trimmed that off. I've got some peppers coming in here. There's that. I've got some jalapenos coming in on that plant over here. The cilantro went to seed and I pruned it way back and there's hardly anything left, so the cilantro might be done for this season. Little zinnia is blooming prettily. Let's see, the geraniums have gotten a lot bigger. I'm really happy with my Russian sage. This was really in pathetic shape when I transplanted it, and here it's starting to fill out nicely. The tomatoes I'm worried about. They've got this horrible bumpy thing on the bottom of one of the branches here, and something has been eating it and leaving little, they look like green raspberry poops. So this tomato plant has been eaten quite a bit. This one I, staked and am tying it up, even though it's like supposed to be like a bush, just to get it off the ground, because I don't know what's causing the problem. Whether that lumpy part is a disease or insects, I don't know. Now over here, my Three Sisters plot, the corn, some of it's pretty tall, it's in various sizes. Look how big this squash is over here. I had no idea that squash gets so big. No wonder Terry offered to plant all the melons and squash and stuff out in his garden. I did not know they would take up so much space. But they're supposed to shade out all the weeds between the corn. That's the point. I guess they're supposed to be big. So anyway, I've started training some of the beans to grow up the corn stalk as per the plan. Come over here, see a better example of the beans. They're starting to get some flowers on them. That'll be good. There's already some, maybe from this angle you can see, starting to get some squash fruit in there. Terry says check it every day because they grow fast, so I will. I tied up the carrots just because they were getting unruly, and there's, nothing worse than unruly carrots in your garden. The rose bush was looking awfully bedraggled. There's one little bloom left here. At one point I knew how to properly prune rose bushes, and I have since completely forgotten, so I just hacked it up. I'm afraid I may have to start from scratch and just cut it way back to the ground. These poor rose bushes have suffered through a lot with me over the years. But I'm keeping them alive. I deadheaded the daisies. They were looking pretty bedraggled too. And now that I've deadheaded them, the remaining daisies look much prettier. Let's see, some things have been eating the leaves of the rhubarb, but I'm not harvesting any more this season. So as long as the plant lives, I'm fine with that. Over here, this dill never did much. Dill has not been a success for me. I've got another cucumber here. Oh, a big one. I'm going to have to pick that one. I didn't see it before. There's a little yellow, horrible looking one that I plucked off and threw out. I don't know what happened to that one. The Brandywine tomatoes. Let's see, do I have any fruit set on these yet? Yes. There are a couple small fruits, but they're getting bigger. Starting about halfway up the teepee. Outside the garden, you see I've got a lily by the flagpole. You may not be able to see that. Ooh, these roses, the climbing roses, are having a few blooms. Very pretty. Maybe I should look up how to prune climbing roses so I do that one properly. And then there's some cornflower. It's a wildflower around here. Oh, this is a pretty shriveled up example, but they're pretty. When oh, here's a better one over on this side of the garden. Hey, Merlin. And so I'm leaving the cornflower. I might even mark it and plant some around the perimeter. I'm you know, now thinking maybe that's what I'll do around the edge of the fence where the deer can come in and eat, is just plant wildflowers. I've heard that if you have wildflowers in your garden, it helps bring natural species of beneficial insects and pollinators, because they're familiar with the wildflowers and will fly to them, and then also fertilize and eat the, you know, invading bugs on your ornamental plants also. So that's the update for today.